Good evening and welcome to CUTV Newscenter for the week of March 17th, 2016. I'm Zach Proswell.
And I'm Ryan Kaufman.
Last week, CalU released the list of finalists for the presidential search. The first candidate is current interim president of CalU, Geraldine Jones. The second is Dr. Ralph Rogers, current provost at Nova Southeastern University. And the third and final candidate is Dr. Guy Huang, senior vice president and dean of faculty for his own university. Now, over the course of this week and next, the California community will have the opportunity to meet and interact with the three presidential finalists. Myself had the opportunity to go and speak to several students today after today's meet and greet with Ralph Rogers and see what they wanted in their new university president.
I'm really looking for a president who's really personable and makes an effort to get involved with the students on campus.
Someone who is willing to do the hard things that other presidents haven't been able to do, but do it in a way that is effective and will get everything done.
President that has a big campus presence and is involved with the activities throughout the campus, such as like the big event, or if we were to have a big concert or a comedian, just someone that shows his face around campus. So that's what I'd like to see in the president.
Now to update our presidential primary scorecard. Since we last talked before spring break, we have had a few developments. Let's begin on Tuesday, March 8th. Trump won Hawaii, Michigan, and Mississippi, earning a total of 60 delegates. Possibly the biggest upset of the year occurred in Michigan on the Democratic side, with Bernie Sanders beating Clinton by 18,000 votes. That win earned him 67 delegates. Clinton ended the night by earning 30 delegates in Mississippi. Now, March 12th was a small day, but it also gave Rubio his first win, earning 10 delegates in Washington, D.C. Wyoming went to Cruz with a total of 9 delegates. Now for the latest Super Tuesday from this week. Clinton swept Sanders completely, winning Florida, Illinois, Missouri, North Carolina, and Ohio, earning 371 delegates. Trump swept the Republican side, earning, except for one state, Ohio. Kasich ended up winning his home state and earned his first win, giving him 66 delegates. Trump won Florida, Illinois, Missouri, and North Carolina, earning 204 delegates. The current delegate count shows Trump leading the Republicans with 673 and Clinton winning the Democratic side with 1,139 delegates. Donald Trump has come under fire from all political sides after his rallies have taken a rather violent turn. Last Friday, the 11th, Trump canceled his Chicago rally after a threat of violence. The campaign canceled the event after the event was at capacity. That is when fights and a war of words broke out. Protesters secretly were among the supporters at the event and began to upset the crowd so much that fights broke out. Then on Saturday the 12th in Dayton, Ohio, a protester jumped a fence and charged Trump on the set. Secret Service quickly detained the man.
March 2nd was the National Dr. Seuss Day celebration across the nation. Due to spring break at CalU, California University's bookstore scheduled their celebration this week in the Student Union. Local daycare students had the treat of hearing Dr. Seuss read by University President Geraldine Jones. In addition to Dr. Seuss decorations, the children were treated to refreshments and Dr. Seuss-themed cookies.
This Saturday at 2 p.m. at Rotary Park, the California Borough Recreation Authority will be sponsoring the community Easter egg hunt. If it snows or rains, the following Saturday, the 26th, will be the next available date. To find out the latest news on campus and elsewhere, make sure you pick up a copy of the Cal Times when it is released every Friday around campus. Stories in this week's edition include a wrap-up on student convocation with President Jones, a review of the theater department's later comedy thriller, Death Trap, and a reflection of men's basketball players Richard Smith's senior season, and much more.
And so, Ryan, we talked a lot of big updates in the primaries. We're starting to get really into the home stretch where we're really figuring out it's probably going to be Trump and Clinton unless everybody starts to feel the burn.
Yeah.
But all these rallies for Trump, they're getting very violent, and he was actually almost arrested for kind of inciting all the riots and stuff, and that's going to really put a black mark on him, and the GOP does not want him still, so it could even cause more violence, I think.
Unfortunately, I think that it already has a black mark on him. Everyone has seen what's going on. All of the candidates are coming after him. Even sitting senators and whatnot are coming after him. And it's just a mess for him, but it's what people feel right now, and they think it's the right thing to do, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the only way you can stop Trump is to go and vote. And I had a discussion in persuasion class just before I came here. That's the only way you can stop him, is if you and everybody so you know that doesn't like Trump, you go and vote. But if you do like him, you go vote as well. So there's a possible outweigher there.
On a quick note on the voting thing, we were talking last night here at the station. Every vote matters. I mean, Missouri was won by, I think, 500 votes, and that's a very close thing. Make sure you go out and vote, especially in the Pennsylvania primary coming up.
Yeah, and registration to vote ends March 28th, so you only have a very short time left to be able to register to vote, so make sure you get on that. And coming up after the break, Damon Matson has your weather forecast. Stay tuned.
With CalU's 6 on-campus residence halls and Vulcan Village's garden-style apartment complex, University Housing offers the very best value in service, convenience, privacy, and security. On-campus students will have easy access to classrooms, the newly renovated Untitled Student Center, and a variety of activities across campus. University Housing Properties includes all utilities. Other common amenities to all properties are fully furnished rooms, high-def cable TV, high-speed Wi-Fi access, and live-in professional staff. Vulcan Village also includes a full kitchen and laundry room. The property has a 24/7 fitness center, convenient shuttle service, and an outdoor seasonal saltwater pool. Model rooms and tours are available. Stop in the University Housing Office or contact us by phone or email to learn more.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
How's it going, CalU? Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm student meteorologist Damon Matson here at the CalU Weather Center, ready to give your forecast for this week. Now, we've been enjoying some very nice weather over the past week and a half or so. Temperatures have been up in the 70s, some sunny weather. Now, today will be probably one of the last days we'll see that, unfortunately, for those of you that have been enjoying it. Things are going to cool down as we go into the weekend. Temperatures throughout the area right now, though, we have low 50s here, mostly in the northeast, and again, that extends over into the Midwest. A little bit warmer down in the south in the 60s, but you can see out in Denver, that 26-degree temperature right now, that might be us here in just a few days. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what's going on across the country as far as any systems with some rain, maybe even a little bit of snow showers. We'll turn that on here for you. There's that next system we're actually going to see coming out of Canada here over the weekend. Those snow showers already starting to come into North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's going to be trailing through our area Friday into Saturday. And as you can see right now for us, a few rain showers, mostly on the eastern side of the state. We'll zoom in just a little bit here. There are those showers right now, mostly in the Harrisburg area, probably going to make their way into Philadelphia. And we have a couple of trailing showers just off to our east. As we'll zoom in just a little bit closer, I will turn on the telestration here as well for you, just to kind of point out where we are at exactly. California is right there. So as you can see, those showers, even over the last half an hour or so, trailing off to the east. We'll have a little bit of clouds around, but for the most part, once we get into the later half of the day, the sun will come back out and it should warm up pretty decently as we go through the rest of our day today into tomorrow. So we'll take a look at then the forecast for the rest of your St. Patrick's Day. First, though, before we get to that, I have a graphic here. It's just something interesting to look at. 80 years ago today, an insane flood that came into Pittsburgh back in 1936 flooded out good parts of the city. So just something cool to look at from the past. And thankfully, we have nothing like that to report this St. Patrick's Day here in 2016. Now, getting into your forecast then as we go in through the rest of the day today, there's those showers. We have a chance for some spotty showers, especially late in the day today as that next system starts to make its way into the area. But for the most part here in California, we should stay dry. It's mostly the northern half of the state up into New York that could see a few more showers. Going into your Friday then tomorrow, there is that system. It's going to make its way straight off the coast out of Canada. It's going to bring a cold front down from the north. So we could see a couple, again, some spotty showers tomorrow. But for the most part in California, once again, we'll stay fairly dry. But once that cold front makes its way through the area, it will start to cool down. There's that cold air. We're going to be talking about 30s, maybe even 20s in the evening, Saturday and Sunday, possibly on into Monday. Your forecast then for the weekend, there is that system. It's going to bring the jet stream way down deep into the south. It's going to bring the cold air, the chance for some mixed precipitation and snow showers Sunday into Monday. And speaking of that, there is also that chance, like I said, for snow showers by the time we get through Monday. In our area, just a couple of inches. We really aren't going to see that much, thankfully. The Northeast, though, they might get hit with just a little bit more. Your 7-day forecast then as we go through the weekend. Again, it's going to stay dry all the way up through Saturday, but those temperatures are going to start to come down. And then by Sunday, those low temperatures, 25 on Sunday, 22 on Monday. There's that chance for that mixed precipitation, a little bit of snow Sunday into Monday. But by the time we reach Tuesday into Wednesday, things are going to dry back out, and temperatures also are going to spike back up to about 60 degrees by Tuesday. I'm student meteorologist Damon Matson. That was your forecast for this week. We'll send it back to the desk to Zach and Ryan.
So it looks like, Ryan, that we're going back into the cold just a couple days before spring starts. I know I was kind of puzzled by it. Nice warm weather spring break. Go to Richmond for the women's basketball tournament. Come back here, it's cold again. Needs to make up its mind by now. I mean, come on.
This is normal. I mean, we were spoiled last year. I think we went right into spring. But, I mean, it's going to warm up again next week. That's my former meteorology self coming out here.
I mean, I could say that. It's going to warm up.
It's going to warm up.
But yeah, and today I saw one thing on my weather channel out that I've never seen before in my time up here was a red flag warning for possible wildfire starting. I've never seen that, so.
Actually, it was just updated to a fire weather warning. So no burning.
Jeez,
You've been warned.
Yeah, because of the low humidity. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be cold again, so maybe the snow will come put that out. So and when we come back after the break, Stephen Ruffing takes us on a trip around the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
With CALUW's 6 on-campus residence halls and Vulcan Village's garden-style apartment complex, University Housing offers the very best value in service, convenience, privacy, and security. On-campus students will have easy access to classrooms, the newly renovated Untitled Student Center, and a variety of activities across campus. University Housing Properties includes all utilities. Other common amenities to all properties are fully furnished rooms, high-def cable TV, high-speed Wi-Fi access, and live-in professional staff. Vulcan Village also includes a full kitchen and laundry room. The property has a 24/7 fitness center, convenient shuttle service, and an outdoor seasonal saltwater pool. Model rooms and tours are available. Stop in the University Housing office or contact us by phone or email to learn more.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CALUWX student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Welcome back to CUTV Newscenter. I'm Stephen Ruffing with your entertainment report. Each week of the year, videos go viral and crazy new inventions are put on the market. Our own Mike Mays shows us what he found while digging on the internet this week.
Hi, my name is Mike Mays. My friends consider me an expert on finding weird and bizarre stories online. I have gathered some clips for you today, so check out what I found. College in Long Island was placed on lockdown after reports that a group of students were gathering on campus with weapons. Police arrived to find a group of students battling with lifesavers. A man is going around Texas robbing stores in a Captain America costume alongside a sidekick wearing a yellow jumpsuit. A van that looks like the famous Mystery Machine van from the Scooby-Doo series led police on a 100 miles per hour chase across 4 counties. And last, the dog is captured steering a moped while its owner sits in the back. For this week on What Mike Found, come back in 2 weeks for more bizarre news on CUTV Newscenter.
Earlier this week, an announcement was made that concluded the ongoing conflict between PlayStation and Xbox users. Gamers will eventually be able to cross over and play with people from different systems. This will also include PC users. The first game to use this online crossover will be Rocket League, where Xbox One users and PC users will be able to face off. In the film that launched careers of famous actors including Ewan McGregor, Robert Carlyle, and Johnny Lee Miller has finally started production in Edinburgh. Director of Trainspotting has announced that the sequel is currently being filmed in Scotland in hopes that it will hit theaters by the end of the year. The film will include the reunion of main characters Renton, Bigby, Sick Boy, and Spud. Listen up, CalU students. JoyFest 2016 Gospel Concert is right around the corner. This year, the Young and Gifted Gospel Choir of CalU will be hosting the concert and will be featuring national recording artist Anita Wilson, who has also been nominated for Grammy, Stellar, and Dove Music Awards. The concert will also include Lift Every Voice Gospel Choir of Clarion University and the University of Pittsburgh Gospel Choir. Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford are back at it again. Indiana Jones 5 has been announced, and Harrison Ford will continue to take on the role as the beloved treasure hunter Indiana Jones. Since the young Shia LaBeouf failed to take over the role after the 2008 Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The new movie has been announced to release July 19th, 2019. And to round out the entertainment for this week, we have In the Heart of the Sea in the Vulcan Theater. In the year 1820, crewmen played by Chris Hemsworth, Benjamin Walker, and Cillian Murphy are aboard the New England vessel Essex and face off with a whale of mammoth size that causes havoc to their ship. Facing starvation, panic, and despair, survivors must do the impossible to stay alive. Show times are 5, 8, and 11 daily. So guys, Star Wars finally coming out. They're doing prequels, they're doing spin-offs, and the big story is the new Han Solo movie that's being released. So what do we have a lot of new characters, new actors trying to fill the role.
Yeah, and they narrowed it down to their 4 choices. The one that really stood out to me was Taron Egerton. If you've seen Kingsman, he's the young guy that plays Eggsy in that movie, and he was really good. He's the only one that stands out in my mind that is actually a noticeable actor. I think the guy from the most recent Transformers is in it, not Mark Wahlberg, the other guy.
Right.
They all look like Harrison Ford when he's younger, but they're all going with some of these English actors, and I don't know how that's going to portray into Han Solo, because he's kind of this bounty hunter, kind of old gunslinger kind of guy, kind of like an old Western type.
Right, and the one I liked, which you haven't heard his name come around a lot, was Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have the look, but he has the attitude. He has that snarky, real smart attitude, attitude that Han Solo usually has.
I just want to say I have absolutely nothing to add to this. I will watch Star Wars, but I don't get into it.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the 1%, sorry.
Yeah, and a quick note about Indiana Jones. Like Star Wars, first movie made by Disney, it was received well. Now that Indiana Jones is going to be made by Disney, how's it going to go over? And will somebody be in it to take over for Harrison Ford? My favorite pick for it, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Chris Pratt could probably fill any role that involves Harrison Ford, because he played a really good role in it. So I'm excited to see what happens and who they pick.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Steve. When we return, Anthony D'Agostino has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Save preset 1 for CalU's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing CalU's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Anthony D'Agostino with your sports report. The California University women's basketball team made it to the NCAA Atlantic Region Tournament in Richmond, Virginia after winning the PSAC title crown. They took on Chowan in the first round. That was the first time these two teams met ever. Let's go to the Barco-Stevens Hall on the campus of Virginia Union for the highlights. And as you see there on your screen, California in the white, Chowan in the blue. Shatara Parsons getting that nice bucket to fall through. Then Sierra Barrett with a nice jump shot. Paige Wright dishing it off to the outside, getting that three-point shot to fall for Morgan Jennings. As Morgan Jennings again goes to the bucket, gets the foul called and one. And here you see Sierra Barrett going through the defense there. Chowan's defense played admirably that entire contest. And there you see Chowan. Just a nice floating jump shot to fall through. And a steal there. Mickey Glenn gives up the ball. Doesn't usually do that often. An easy basket made there for Chowan. Chowan on a little bit of a run here. Makes that count. California was down for a while in this game, but then they take the lead. Shatara Parsons gets the bucket to fall. And as you see there, Precious Martin, another bucket for California. Then she does it again with a nice little left-handed hook shot and gets it up and in. And then a little steal there. Chowan thinking they still have some life there as they make an easy fast break basket right there. And then Morgan Jennings blocking foul called against Chowan. She gets the bucket to go. And then California on a fast break. Shatara Parsons wide open, makes it count. California wins 80-70 over the number 7 seed. Shatara Parsons 18 points and 9 rebounds. Sierra Barrett 16 points and 8 rebounds. Precious Martin, 16 points and 7 rebounds, and Mickey Glenn with 14 points. So overall, really great performance with 4 California players in double digits. Now after that win, the California Vulcans took on the West Liberty Hilltoppers in a revenge game. These two teams last met each other in the second game of the season where the California Vulcans lost. This is also a revenge game for West Liberty, as last season they met in the same matchup and lost. West Liberty wanted to come out and prove they can win when it counts. And here are the highlights again from Barco-Stevens Hall. A turnover there by West Liberty. Shatara Parsons running for it, grabs the ball, and a backwards pass right to Precious Martin for the 2 points. Beautiful play there as you see Precious Martin, that is Sierra Barrett making that one count for California. As Paige Wright doing something she doesn't do often, going and driving through the lane for the layup, making that count. But West Liberty right there making the 2 points. Almost a three-pointer, but just too far inside is Mickey Glenn doing what she does best right there, driving through the lane. And then West Liberty inside pass, bounce pass there, easy 2 points. And then left open three-point shot falls right through wide open. West Liberty on top there. Mickey Glenn making it look easy as well. And a nice dish off there, wide open again from the three-point line. West Liberty doesn't miss if they're wide open from the three. Shatara Parsons making a 2-point shot there, trying to get California back in it. Shatara Parsons' contested shot gets the foul called and one. As Sierra Barrett gets that pass almost taken away, but she's able to go to the basket for 2 points. And Shatara Parsons' contested layup is good. As California does fall 62-68. Mickey Glenn with 18 points and 6 assists. Precious Martin, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Shatara Parsons, 16 points and 7 rebounds. Sierra Barrett, 8 points and 12 rebounds. California just couldn't claw their way back into that one. They were down by 2. Mickey Glenn lost the ball, and that was the story there. With that loss, the California Vulcans were eliminated from the NCAA Division II tournament. The Vulcans had a 14-game win streak going into that contest. The Cal Vulcans next season look to be back even better, as they will only lose one three-point shooter in Paige Wright. Congrats to the Vulcans on a great season again. Having already played 6 games of the 2016 season, reporter Danny Beck sat down with Coach Conti to discuss some of the upcoming goals of the Vulcans baseball team.
As the calendar turns from winter to spring, the California University of Pennsylvania men's baseball team looks forward to continuing their success with Coach Conti at the helm. I had a chance to sit down with him to talk about the rest of the season and how this team is taking form. When I asked about how this young team he has is growing, he mentioned how the senior players on this team are showing tremendous leadership and their willingness that they have to develop the younger players into the college game. Coach Conti values every relationship that he has with the players and their success on or off the field. The ability of this Vulcans team to consistently recruit and develop players from Ontario truly aid in the success of their team. Players such as Jack Dennis and David Marcus are huge contributors in the offensive and defensive departments. The more short-term goals that this team sets for themselves, the more likely they are to succeed. The Vulcans don't circle any one game and are always taking advantage of the opportunity they are faced with. For more information on the Vulcans baseball team or any of the other spring sports, check out calvulcans.com. For CUTV News Center, I'm Danny Beck.
The Cal 1 men's hockey team made it to the ACHA National Tournament over spring break. Cal U first played Metro State University and fell 5-2. The second game they played in the double elimination tournament, they took on Oakland University and fell in that game 12-1. Their last game was a consolation game in which they took on Liberty University and finished 6-4. They finished with a record of 18-10-3. The Cal U women's hockey team also went to the ACHA National Tournament. The women first took on Northern Michigan in the double elimination pool as they fell 5-1. The second game they took on Westchester and fell 5-3, and in their final contest they took on Rainy River and fell 4-1. They finished with a record of 12-13-3 and was led by All-American Kelsey DiNardo. All-American Mickey Glenn was named Conference Commissioners Association First Team All-Region for the women's basketball team. Glenn is the only player from the PSAC to receive First Team All-Region honors this season. This season, Glenn led the league in scoring at 19.3 points per game. She was ranked 6th in the NCAA Division II with 3.29 steals per game. She played 39 minutes and 52 seconds, which was the most in the country, and she ranked 2nd in the nation with 205 free throws made. As a first-team selection, Glenn is now eligible for the CCA All-American consideration. And now it's time for the Vulcan Hammer Award. For this week's Vulcan Hammer Award, I have selected Vulcan swimmer Jade Argenbright. Jade Argenbright received All-American honors for the 200 breaststroke for the second straight year. She placed 8th overall in the NCAA Finals. She also received All-American honors for the third time in her career for the 100 breaststroke. She also placed 3rd overall in the NCAA Championships in the 100 breaststroke. She entered the preliminary seated 6th before touching the wall in 1 minute and 1.66 seconds to shatter the previous school record she set at last year's NCAA Championships by nearly 0.7 of a second. Argenbright then reset the record by almost 0.3 of a second in the finals when she posted a time of 1 minute and 1 second and 39 hundredths of a second, which was 0.4 of a second faster than 4th place. And guys, even though California isn't in the Division II women's bracket, March Madness has begun, and the round of 68 has started. Some already great games happened today.
You can go ahead.
Okay, so I want to start out with who I have winning my tournament bracket. The first one is Michigan State, but I have one that's just for fun, and since I'm from the Dayton area, I have Dayton winning. Not all the way, no. I had them going up against Utah and losing, but I do have them beating Michigan State in that one, just for fun, just for the heck of it.
If that happens, I will cry and tear up my bracket because I have Michigan State winning it all. I have them beating Kansas in the final. There's one team playing right now that needs to pick it up, and that's Baylor, because I have them going to the Elite Eight. They need to get their stuff together. How are you going to lose to some Ivy Leaguers in Yale? They haven't made the tournament since 1962. I guess they're ready to win, but come on, Bears.
I have the same bracket there as Zach, as Baylor actually going to beat Duke in the next game, as long as Yale doesn't pull away with this upset. I have Kansas coming away with the victory over Michigan State in the championship game. I think this Kansas team is probably one of the best in the nation right now. They are ranked number 1 in the nation, but I do think they're a little bit cocky right now. They have a really good record, and they're boasting that record.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes and hurts you.
Yeah, and we're probably not going to see this again this year, but quick one-answer question. Will a 16 seed ever beat a 1?
This season, no.
Not this season.
I'd say eventually it'll happen. If any of them will do it this year, it'd be Florida Gulf Coast because Dunk City, and they've had a nice run a few years ago. So that'd be over North Carolina, and I'm okay with that because I can't stand the Tar Heels. But anyways, thanks, Anthony. That will do it for this week's edition of News Center.
Make sure you check out our YouTube page, CUTV News Center.
Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.